Well, I think it's a major act of aggression. It's certainly not an act of peace. It's a unilateral move that is harmful to peace. I am not a big fan of Mahmoud Abbas. I never have been. To me, he's still a Holocaust denier. He wrote his thesis on Holocaust denial. People forget about that. This is not really a partner in peace. He never really has been. Israel has bent over backwards, forwards, and done one flip after another to try to make peace with, first with Arafat, now with Abbas, and it has only cost Israel, unfortunately, many Jewish lives. The sacrifice, to me, was never worth it, and still is not worth it. If Abbas thinks he's going to somehow get a better negotiating position because of putting a flag at the United Nations, he's mistaken. I think he feels that the President of the United States is on his side, is in his corner, and he's going to take advantage of that fact in the next year of the President's tenure as President. And he's going to do things like this to try to get the street on his side and to try to work a negotiation that is to his advantage. But he's not creating a framework for negotiations. He's actually isolating himself further and making it extremely difficult for Israel to want to even appear with this man, or certainly not to negotiate with him. I think that we should really reconsider, recalibrate all of our notions about Abbas, the Oslo Accords. He's the one who basically shattered the Accords today at the United Nations. The Accords really didn't do much for Israel. Israel's giving away land. Israel's sacrificing lives. Israel's not gaining much from all this. And for the man to then shatter all of these nice gestures, more than gestures, nice moves on the part of Israel, extremely generous moves on the part of Israel, and to just shatter them and say do away with them is beyond belief. He's not helping himself. He's not helping the whole region. I think it should be really recalibrated as to what we should be doing with this man, and I really think that we should discount what the PLO is all about and start all over again. And with a much different framework, but this is not going to go anywhere.
Dr. Fager, I must ask you, where is the Jewish community?
Well, I am the Jewish community to some degree in America. There are many of us that feel the way I do, maybe even more strongly than I'm already talking about today. I think that you will hear from quite a few others when you ask them. The establishment Jewish community, we've had our whole a tremendous amount of effort went into the Iran deal, and that was unfortunately a major loss for American Jewry, AIPAC, and many organizations that were against this agreement, and the so-called agreement, because it's really a fairy tale, not only a bad deal, it's a fairy tale, and it's a sham. So all of the efforts of the Jewish community were really, and I think they're still recovering from those efforts. I think they would be up in arms about this flag raising by the PLO. I mean, the next move on Abbas's part is to try Israeli soldiers for war crimes at the International Court at The Hague. To me, it's a strategic ploy on his part. It's a deceitful ploy. It's a move that just basically aggravates the situation, irritates everybody, and does nothing to bring peace to the region. I think that we saw it before his speech in Congress. you know, we've seen, he's had tremendous backing by the American Jewish community and by America, Congress particularly. So he's had tremendous support, and I feel that the speech tomorrow will once again gain tremendous support from all over. And you know, I think that's been the record. He's been in power quite a few years. You know, you got to give the man a little credit. I mean, there aren't that many prime ministers who've been able to last as long as he's lasted and continue and be strong. And I think that that's a tremendous credit. And American Jewry is behind the prime minister. There's no question about it. The American Jewry is behind him, and that's why really no one can come close to him, really, in terms of prime ministerial material. There's at this point in time, there's no one who can come close to him in the overwhelming support by American Jewry of the Prime Minister of Israel. Well, I think he has to come out extremely strongly. He has to point out the history of the Oslo Accords and how much Israel has given. I believe it's upwards of 43% of the land of Israel has been given to the PLO, a terrorist organization that overnight became a political organization because the world said so, even though I never felt that way. And you know, it changed. It never really changed its stripes, but it got a different piece of clothing to cover up the terrorist stripes. So basically, I think he has to come out strong. He has to point out the facts. Israel has lost more lives in making peace with Arafat and Abbas than they did in any single war. These are the facts. 42 to 46% of the land of Israel was surrendered to Arafat and then Abbas, whether it was 80% of Hebron or whether it was Jericho, Gaza. I go on and on and on, and of course Yehuda and Shomron, Judea and Samaria, a good percentage. Y agreement. So many things. Israel keeps giving. You know, it's like we're the most generous nation in the world. No other nation would do this. No other nation would even think about doing this. So to give and surrender land, and is cherishable land and treasured land of ours that was eternally given to us by God, to just give it to a terrorist organization, hope that they're going to, you know, bring success and economic success at least to their people. All of this has been, you know, debunked. It's a falsehood. They have never improved the lot of their people. They never will. And it's just the facts. And Israel, I'm sure that if you ask the Arab on the street who they would prefer ruling over them, they would prefer Israel ruling over them than Arafat or Abbas. I mean, certainly they don't want Hamas ruling over them. So this is where the schizophrenia of the street versus the actual political machinations that you hear in the media take place. The street, Arab street, wants Israel to rule over them. And I know that this sounds like heresy to the Arabs who are constantly making noise, but that's the facts. The facts are that the Israeli Arabs are very happy with their lot. They are economically successful. They're happy to be part of the land of Israel, and they're not complaining. It's Arafat and now Abbas, who more of the militant faction, that decided that we're going to complain, and you know, and hope that we get billions of dollars, which they have gotten, and they put it in their own pockets. Arafat was one of the wealthiest men alive in terms of billion, even was wealthier than Donald Trump. Arafat at the end of his life. I'm sure that Abbas has billions of dollars stowed away somewhere. So it's like they've taken all this money that they've been given and they put it in their own pockets. It's over and over again the same story, and until we get a different framework and a different group of people to deal with, this is not going to go anywhere. So the flag raising today is a terrible act. It's an aggressive act, one that should never have happened. It's certainly not helping anything. And I really feel that someone somewhere, including the President of the United States, should be saying the same thing, that this is an act of terror, this is an act of aggression, this is not something that's acceptable. So there will be people like myself who will say that, but it should be coming from the President, it should be coming from the Congress, it should be coming from all sectors in the world who see things more clearly.